reinforces our commitment to a secure digital ecosystem. It focuses on three pillars. One, building resilient infrastructure, leveraging AI and automation, inspired by global findings.
Good morning to all delegates, speakers, participants, and sponsors. It's a great pleasure to have you all here today. A special welcome to our chief guest from the government, actually, Honorable Mr. Parnivel Tyagarajan, Minister of Information Technology, Digital Services, Mr. Rajesh Pant, former National Cybersecurity Coordinator at Prime Minister's Office, Mr. Kumar Jain is coming. He should be here in 10. Additional Chief Secretary of Information Technology and Digital Services. Thank you for coming. Myself, along with my team at AVAR, the management, and on behalf of the entire board, we take immense pleasure in welcoming all of you to this event, actually. Personally, I'm very happy to see you all in Chennai, because Chennai is our hometown, actually. We had AVAR in Chennai several years back. So once again, welcome back to Chennai. Welcome to AVAR 2024. Knowing the presentations and the panel discussion and what we have planned for the next 2 days, I'm very confident and excited that the next 2 days is going to be will offer you great insight and a beneficial conversation for the theme what we have taken for this conference. Yes, traditionally at AVAR, we always set a conference theme much higher and start working towards that. So this year, the theme we have selected obviously is the battle for cyber supremacy. Obviously, it's a very important reason for selecting it. In fact, the recognition of cyberspace as the fifth domain of human activity has fundamentally shifted how a nation now perceives cybersecurity. Cybersecurity has become one important pillar, actually. This is alongside the traditional domain like land, sea, air, and outer space. Cyberspace now stands as a critical arena in the global landscape, influencing national security, policy, strategy in an unprecedented way. I'm not going to bore you with all the statistics of what's happening in cybersecurity. We all know enough of it. But what is very important is, with this in this industry, when we are the people who are trying to protect, and we are in a constant battle with the highly resourceful and competent adversaries. It is no more that there's no more any huge difference between us and them, actually. In fact, it's a war, it's a battle actually going on between us and them. It's a constant battle actually, and as the technology grows actually, for example, the advances what we are seeing in AI and machine learning and other technologies, the danger of these tools equally available to both of us intensifies the battle actually. It is not just the good guys or people like us possess the tools and technologies doing research and R&D and trying to evade all these things, but it is equally or even much more available to the adversaries also. Why I'm saying all this thing is, I think it's important. It is in conference such as AVAR, like this conference, wherein you and I, the professional within the cybersecurity space, meet and exchange vital research information on malware techniques, mitigations, a lot of other useful information which enables us to fight this war together actually. So we certainly intend to reign supreme in this battle actually. It is along this context is what we selected this theme. And I wanted to specify why this conference, this conference always provides a rich source of information to be exchanged in learning also. So I just want to take this moment to also inform over the past 3 years, we have introduced an exciting new track to our conference by bringing CISOs into our conference fold actually. This addition has actually provided a valuable platform for fostering a direct interaction between the consumers and the producers. So long, most of the technical conferences are run purely on a research basis, But we thought making both the consumer, the producer and the consumer meet would lead to a better engagement actually, which in the last 3 years we had seen the great benefit actually. This has proven to be instrumental in creating more holistic understanding and challenges and opportunities within the cybersecurity space. So we have a dedicated track for the interaction between CISOs and on the CISOs also. So I would like to take this opportunity to express AVAR's heartfelt gratitude to all the speakers and panelists. All the speakers and panelists' support over the years has been very invaluable in our common mission to secure to have a cyber-secure future. Most importantly, AVAR being a non-profit organization, I would like to thank all the sponsors. If not for the sponsors, such events are not possible. So I would like to take this opportunity and thank all the sponsors who have helped us in this event, who have been helping us in the past also. So welcome once again to Chennai and to AVAR. I'm sure the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, has a lot of interesting topics to offer and a lot of entertainment also.
We are on the way to create our own teams, which will be handle various aspects of cybersecurity in a much better way. Apart from the regular incident handling system and intrusion tracking and all these things, we have identified 2 major issues. One is common across the world, across the social spectrum. The other is government specific, where our own developers are guided by 100, 200, 300 agencies and departments who develop their own portal for providing services or for doing their organizational job. These developers, despite the existence of guidelines, they are not very well aware of how the log has to be structured, what are the exact steps to be taken to make it intrusion proof to whatever extent it can be possible. So that is our identified thing, training our own people, in the sense that training people who don't have to do anything with cybersecurity, but who are regular developers or who are part of the departments who are getting the developments or getting the portals made or getting the next versions of software. They should be trained enough to recognize that it is a basic imperatives and what are the basic good practices, guidelines, while you are developing a portal, so that security audit is easy. Vulnerability testing itself is lagging, which we are trying to shore up our capacity. So from the government side, for our own cyber infrastructure, we are taking all the steps. The other aspect which we have recognized is the human behavior. And if you go to the cyber crime angle, most of it is dependent on human behavior because we are very greedy. If somebody says, I will give you something for free, give me 5 rupees, I will give you 10 rupees. So give 5 rupees easily. Then they will say, give me 50, I will give you 100. You do that and you get the money. Then they will say, give me 500, I will give you 5,000. You do that and then you are very happy. And next he says, give me 1 lakh. And then you are doomed. Your 1 lakh is gone and all this profit is gone. Now, up to that I understand. Maybe because of my salary level, my understanding is up to this level. But sometimes I see people have lost crores. Now, at that time I wonder, while you are paying somebody without knowing, even through whatever iteration, how do you pay 1 crore or 50 lakh or 4 crore to somebody who is prima facie something is wrong because somebody is offering that I will give you money. So that is one aspect which we will be trying to push, that there is no free money. So half the cyber crimes or 80% of cyber crimes will be reduced by this good behavior, that somebody is selling and some random phone call is coming. You just have to cut down at the first point. I realize that in the cyber crime angle which we have gone through, the problem is that the scamsters are so smart that their whole iteration process is psychologically wonderful. Once you enter that loop, it is very, very difficult to stop at a point and say, wait, what is happening? Something is wrong. So we have been giving the message that the first point is the best point to cut. If you get a random call, something seems wrong, just cut there. Don't try to talk to the next step and the next step and next step, because then it becomes very, very difficult. You get emotionally and socially, psychologically conditioned to feel that something great is happening. The other point which we feel in government is a major issue is constant bugbear of your cybersecurity industry, that is password management. Now, or we can say access management. In government, the idea of computerization when it was introduced decades ago was sold that it will make your life easy. People will be able to access it from anywhere. Bosses will be able to see it anywhere. MIS will be accessible to the whole sector. As a result, in general, access control has not been to the desired extent. And as officers, we are still working on the single sign-on policy, but government's working is so much spread that we have to talk to 100 agencies to get something done. It is not so easy as just mandate that everybody will go through this, because all of the agencies are also easy. So as a result, at present, there are multiple passwords for a same officer at field level who deals with 10 departments approval. He may have 5 passwords or 1 password for 10 major departments, but all the smaller departments which come, they have that password. Now, because of that, we are not able to implement two-factor or biometric-based identification, because most of the time it creates hurdles in access. And the core purpose of easier public service delivery gets defeated if we make it too much of restrictive entry or restrictive access. So we always battle on this, on how to give access for the operators, whether it is staff or whether it is officers. And when we come to the officers level, getting a dashboard is again a complicated subject. So to overcome this, we have a separate team which gives to the top decision maker a separate dashboard with a defined criteria with the government detail that what should be going to the top leadership. But the operating leadership needs much more granular detail, and defining MIS continuously on thing is not an easy job. I'll give you an example where I was working earlier in the food distribution system in the ration card. The MIS and the counter of how many ration cards are available in the state is truly online. So there is no answer to a question which may be asked by my bosses that how many ration cards are there in Tamil Nadu. Without a time stamp, there is no answer to it. So if somebody says, okay, what was on 30th November, how many cards were there in Tamil Nadu? It depends on the day what time printout was taken. If the question is asked from CM office, I ask, my office takes a printout, or somebody asks the commissioner office to take a printout, or somebody smart is there in chief minister's office, they take a printout. And if they all take at a different time of the day on 30th, these 3 figures will vary. And if the department has been very active at the end of the month, it will vary by thousands. So then we'll end up in trouble that if best possible e-governance system itself is creating administrative issues, because we have not said that, okay, it should be, if you want to get a day in the 6 o'clock in the morning, you say take, that should be the previous day, and the during day you don't try to take up the MIS report and say that this is the figure. Because when we go on official announcement or official speaking, the figures need to be exact at some point. Like you cannot say that if you have 2 crore ration card, how does it matter whether you are giving the number which is plus minus 500? But for the official purpose, we can't seem to be not being exact and not knowing exactly what. But simultaneously, we need not know at every moment what is happening. So those are the aspects which keep the system slightly fluid and which gives rise to more intrusion. Now I will request the whole gathering, like a lot of AI will be talked today. And we are also having our Tamil Nadu's premier event called Imagine TN on 9th and 10th January. Henceforth, this is the 3rd iteration of event, and we are trying to make this a fixed date going forward. Every year, 9th and 10th will be a Imagine Tamil Nadu, which will cover the whole gamut of IT. This year, we are giving special emphasis to 2 or 3 items in which IT, AI and cybersecurity are 2 core pillars. So my request to the gathering is that as soon as this seminar is over, please go to the website UMAGINE, UMAGINE.com. Umagine.com, it has registrations open. You can register as delegate, your organizations can register as supporting partners. And I was very happy that just before my talk, the sponsors were felicitated. So I request all the sponsors to come forward to participate in Umagine also. We will have a dedicated track for AI and cybersecurity, and obviously AI in cybersecurity. We have 3 halls which will have multiple sessions, and if we are able to get a good enough support from your community, we can keep one of the sessions in the main hall also, where 2,000 to 3,000 people can congregate. So this is my request to the team, that will have a major big audience of different states. There will be some other country participants and a lot of people from the government who are in the forefront of development of cybersecurity solutions for their product. My full team who is working on the cybersecurity angle and data center, they all will be present. So this is my request to get in touch with the TN Umagine website, or if you have any questions, all the details will be there about how to register delegates. And I request all of you who are here at least should register as delegates through your organizations, or even at personal level. The attendance is very cheap, it is not free. It is 2,500 for a day, and if you want to do both days, it is 5,000, which includes the lunch and access to all the sessions, all the talking points and exhibitions. And a lot of exhibition space is also there, which is also relatively cheap, and it is in Chennai Trade Center. We have a separate innovation arena. So if you go on the website, you will have a link of innovation arena. If you are in the forefront of innovation, you can have a separate tie-up because it will run as a parallel theme. On innovation arena, lot of talks, lot of foreign participation will be there, and that will be also catering parallelly to AI and all the emerging sectors, including deep technology. Everything will be there in the innovation arena in a modern outlook, not beyond this main Umagine will be a talk session type of thing, but Umagine arena will also have competition and innovative structure of running. So both options are open, either you participate in the innovation arena or you come up in the main sessions as a delegate or as an organization to sponsor. The lot of AI is being talked, but the problem with, as Lieutenant General's last portion of the speech I was hearing, is that there is always a constant struggle, and sometimes it seems that the person who is a criminal is always ahead of the lawmaker or the implementer, because you cannot imagine everything and try to protect. He needs only one vulnerability. So if we are successful 999 times a day out of 1,000 attacks, he needs to be successful only for one attempt, and that will be treated as a failure of the system. So this asymmetry of the system ensures that we are always trying to catch up, and I personally think that if we have a robust AI-based systems, then we may be able to tackle this problem at the base and ensure that we are able to better predict what are the problems and where the system is going and where the attack is coming from, and we will be able to better protect our systems. And going forward, we will be having a strong cybersecurity team, and we will engage with any one of you who are interested. If you are having any problem about Umagine or how to do, please mail me to my email address. It will be available on the website, so you don't have to note, sekit@nic.in or tn.nic.in. So you can send me the mail on email ID. Again, I will tell about time. Because of the time issue, I don't open my mail. But for 1 week, if you write something about next 1 week, 10 days, anything about Umagine, will have my first priority, irrespective of what I am doing at what point of time. So this is my message to the team, and I ultimately wish you all the best for a fruitful deliberation and coming up with good products, good strategies, and good models to help the government and the society as a whole to maintain cybersecurity and ensure that the advantages of great connected internet and the connected world, which is now being utilized by our government and our society, is taken to the next level and our society can grow. Thank you.
So I would just, first, okay, let me thank Mr. Kesavan for, giving me this opportunity. And thanks to all the wonderful participants, okay, those who are patiently listening and then, trying to contribute, more towards the cyber community. And then, how do you want to really secure the world? With that note, I understand that there are a lot of researchers, CISOs, CIOs, and CXOs, okay, in this. And then a lot of working professionals as well, those who are eager to step into the cybersecurity contributions as well. Okay. I was just thinking that, okay, what would be the area where we can really touch upon? I was just thinking on whether it is, can we deep dive on something on new technology, what is coming up, okay, AI, Gen AI and related stuff, because everybody talks about it. And a lot of people believe that, okay, AI is going to be the future of, cybersecurity. Then I was thinking, okay, can we really talk about the attacks and penetration patterns? Okay. It is an ongoing, battle. So that's how the topic is, the battle for, the cyber supremacy, right? So which is a constant endeavor. All cybersecurity professionals are day in and day out, okay, we end up doing it. And thanks to a lot of researchers, product companies, and services sectors, keeping us up to speed on battling, okay, the threat actors, with. We as practitioners, and then a lot of us, practitioners for that matter. Okay, I coming from the practitioner background, so we leverage the research outcome in the form of product, in the form of services and all that stuff. How effectively we really implement and practice the research outcome to battle against the cyber threat actors. Okay, so that's what I was really thinking about. Then what came in my mind is that can we really touch upon what are the real elements influencing or contributing towards battling the cyber threat actors? The first and foremost coming in my mind is the people. Okay, the people element, right? So if you really refer back the Verizon data breach investigation report, okay, so Verizon publishes the data breach investigation report based on various data breaches happening across the globe, and then categorizes them, what is the real root cause and what is the impact in the sector, and how organizations can really strategize their security spending for the upcoming related stuff. One of the interesting observation in the most recent report of 2024 is 68% of data breach is caused by the human element, right? What really it means? So when we really double click, okay, so those the human element into the first element of the larger human element is our own people working for security, working for an organization, working for building product and services and delivering to the customer ecosystem. The subset of that community is the insider threats. Okay, and then the next set of people is the same human element. Okay, has the capability of cybersecurity professionals, but their motive is a little different. Okay, so the cyber professionals' motive is coming in on more of protection, prevention, and compliance and related stuff, whereas the other community, which is opposite, is a motive is monitoring, revenge, or whatever be the negative terms we want to really utilize on. What is the key difference? Okay, between it's only key difference is in ethics, right? How the ethics element is driving people on that. So I just wanted to really touch upon that area of the human element of security. But before that, let us try to really step back and then look at what we do today, and then, how we really evolved over a period of, couple of, decades. So looking at, our conference is about, the 27th successful year the conference is running. I assume that, when K7 was started, this conference, it is more of, the antivirus. How do you really combat against, a virus program which is, malicious to computers and computer systems? Are we really matured, today to get rid of the malicious, program? So the name may be, virus long back. Now it is more of a malicious program. Are we really get rid of that? The answer is no. So we have evolved from antivirus to EDR to XDR to, endpoint, prevention and, protection. But did we really get rid of that? No. What is the reason behind it? Because researchers keep developing security solutions. The bad actors, keep, penetrating, those things and, finding a flaw and then, doing it. So ultimately what it translates is that, my earlier speaker also talked about that. The bad actors look for one vulnerability to penetrate into the system. What is the root cause of, that, one vulnerability? And we all know that, from the risk management principle, as long as we reduce the attack surface, as long as we reduce the exposure, to penetrate in, then we will be able to safeguard in our, critical infrastructure, safeguard our, information security practices, and then, the information protection and all that, stuff there. So what do we need to really do that? Everybody really put, hard effort on, be it vulnerability management, enterprise vulnerability management, penetration testing, AA pen testing, and then, the compliance, auditing, and all that, stuff. But it is still a continuous, process. How do you want to do? So can we really shift our focus towards strengthening the first line of defense, right? So what exactly it means? We need to really make our people to understand security. And then, when people understand security, then we need to ensure people practice security, which is not going to happen by giving instruction to the people that, do, these are the do's and these are the don'ts, so nobody's interested. How do you really create the culture of, the security? And those things, really need to spend time on so that the large amount of the breach originated from the human factor can be eliminated, which will reduce the overall exposure, which is going to reduce the overall IT spend, the budget on that, and then which is also going to provide the cyber resiliency at the end of the day. Let me put across a couple of questions. So any AI bots here in this in this conference? Nobody, right? So everybody is human. Why we are not inviting the robots and the so-called AI engines into these conferences? The key fundamental difference is the cognitive intelligence and cognitive capability of the human brain, right? So we think ahead of anything. We have an intuitive capability, and we have logical thinking and decision making based on analytical capability. That's what we are trying to mimic, with AI, right? So if you really look at humans are the policy makers, humans are decision makers, humans are protectors, humans are testers. The same humans are the bad actors as well, right? So when we really learn from bad actors, what are the techniques, tactics they follow, and then really inculcate those things into that, then that will become an ethical hacking. That's how it's a well-known term. And how do you want to do it? There is a theory in security called FUD theory, F-U-D, right? When Mr. Rajesh talks about, and then Minister KP also talked about that, the crime rate happening is enormous. It's keep improving across the globe, and India is the third place in the cybercrime. The new term running around the society now is called digital arrest. I think most of us are unaware about a digital arrest, right? So what exactly it is? When you connect back, the FUD theory into what is happening today, it is very prevalent, right? The first FUD, the F is fear. Okay, when will the people get fear with? So when you don't know what you are supposed to do, then the fear factor comes in, right? Which will create an uncertainty, okay, whether I'm doing a right thing or a wrong thing, right? If somebody really calling you saying that, okay, you have a parcel or a FedEx courier which is being, identified or trapped by, the security agency, which is having and banned, drug into that, and then we want to really do that, which is known, okay? A lot of us, get the call, a lot of, news media are coming up, people losing in crores, in those, scams. So the fear factor is, created primarily because of lack of, awareness, right? Even when you go to the organization today and go to the common man and talk about, okay, what is, cybersecurity is all about? Not many people know about it, okay? What is the reason behind it? Because people feel that, okay, it is not my cup of tea, right? There is somebody there in a cybersecurity team and, they will take care of, things with. But what we want to really do, we need to change that, behavior. Do we have tools and mechanisms today to really change that, the behavior? We are very, very long way to go. If you really look at, okay, say for example, I'm going for a compliance audit, and then there is a section called Cybersecurity Awareness and the Maturity of an Organization. It says that, okay, how many awareness sessions you run per year? 2 per year, 3 per year, 4 per year. Okay, take, okay, you're done. Is it really how it is translating, okay, those kind of, sessions into practice? That is a question. If you don't really have those things implemented, practiced, okay, whatever be the learning, then we will always continue to have this battle. And the cyber supremacy is always, as a North Star, okay, we will not be able to really reach there. So, with this conference, I will take this opportunity to request researchers and then security practitioners to think, how do you really enable the human element to become a human firewall? And then how do we really strengthen the first line of defense, which means, let me take a quick example, okay? So WhatsApp everybody uses, right? And now as a communication medium, just before an IS officer also told that, okay, if people are not responding in WhatsApp in a specific time frame, then it is feel as you are not responsible with, okay? So everybody uses WhatsApp. But do we really inculcate the culture of understanding the product capability before we use? That is a missing element, right? I know how to use WhatsApp chat, I know how to use WhatsApp video call, but I don't know how do I really configure my privacy setting in WhatsApp. Whose fault is that? We can't blame each other, right? So one, I would really request that the product makers and the companies, they already have a very rich FAQs, very rich product documentation configuration guidelines. But how many of us even reading that and configuring it right? Unless we bring that change, the battle is continued to be the battle, right? The technology will keep evolving, threat actor will keep evolving, modern technologies including AI, automated testing, automated auditing, automated assessment, continuous monitoring, everything will continue to go. But there is a human chain where they break the entire protection mechanism primarily because of one, not understanding what it is, which is going to really create the fear. And the outcome of the fear is an uncertainty. When you have fear and uncertainty, naturally there will be opportunity for a demand, right? So I would request, okay, the policymakers and then the researchers to more come out with how do you really have the cyber awareness, become a gamified learning and people perceive and then internalize it and then practice so that there is a self-accountability on every individual, those who really need to participate. It is not a game of cyber professionals to protect an organization or protect the critical infrastructure for the country. It is everybody. And how we really collaborate, how we really contribute, and how do we really understand, not get into the trap of this is going to really save the organization, secure the organization, and secure the nation. Thank you.
என் பேர் கேசவன். இந்த ஏவாரோட சிஇஓவாக இருக்கேன் ஆக்சுவலாக. இந்த ஏவார் வந்து ஒரு நான் ப்ராஃபிட் ஆர்கனைசேஷன். இதோட பர்பஸ் வந்து ஆக்சுவலாக நாலேஜ் டு பிரிங் ஆல் தி ரிசர்ச்சர்ஸ், உலகத்தில் உள்ள எல்லா ரிசர்ச்சர்ஸ், டிஃப்ரெண்ட் கண்ட்ரீஸில் உள்ள சைபர் செக்யூரிட்டியில் ஒர்க் பண்ணக்கூடிய ரிசர்ச்சர்ஸை ஒன்றா கொண்டாந்து நாலேஜ் ஷேர் பண்ணி பண்ணுறது தான் வந்து ஒரு முக்கியமான ஒரு வேலை ஆக்சுவலாக. இது ஒரு இன்டர்நேஷ்னல் ஆர்கனைசேஷன். யூஸ்வலாக இது வந்து எல்லா மற்ற டிஃப்ரெண்ட் கண்ட்ரீஸில் நடந்து இருக்கும் ஆக்சுவலாக. வருஷமாக 28 வருஷமாக நடக்குது ஆக்சுவலாக. அதை இந்த வாட்டி நம்ம இந்தியாவில் சென்னையில் கொண்டு வந்தது எங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம் ஆக்சுவலாக. இன்ஃபேக்ட் நம்ம ஹானரபிள் மினிஸ்டர் மிஸ்டர் பழனிவேல் தியாகராஜன் சார் வரதா இருந்துச்சு. பட் வர முடியல. பட் அவர் ஒரு இனாகுரல் மெசேஜ் ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணி நம்ம கொடுத்துருக்காரு ஆக்சுவலாக. அதை ப்ளே பண்ணோம் ஆக்சுவலாக. ஸோ இந்த கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் மூலமாக என்ன இப்போ நடக்குன்னா, என்ன லேட்டஸ்ட் த்ரெட் நடக்குது ஆக்சுவலாக, அந்த த்ரெட்டை எப்படி சால்வ் பண்ணணும், ஒரு ஆர்டினரி யூஸருக்காக இல்லாமல் இந்த த்ரெட்டை வந்து முழுமையாக எப்படி புரிஞ்சுக்கிறது ரிசர்ச்சர்ஸ்குள்ளேயே. ஏன்னா இந்த டெக்னாலஜி அட்வான்சஸ் நிறைய நடந்துன்னு இருக்குது ஆக்சுவலாக சைபர் செக்யூரிட்டியில். சரிங்களா? இது வந்து ஒருத்தனால சால்வ் பண்ணக்கூடிய ப்ராப்ளமும் இல்லை. ஸோ இது வந்து இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஃபாரமில் வந்து கான்ஃபரன்ஸில் வந்து நாங்கள் ஒரு 8 மாதத்துக்கு முன்னாடி ஒர்க் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சுட்டு ஒரு கான்செப்ட் தீம் ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணி பேப்பர் ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்ண சொல்லிட்டு அந்த நாலேஜ் இங்கே ஷேர் பண்ணுறாங்க எல்லோரும் ஆக்சுவலாக. ஸோ இந்த 2 நாள் பொறுத்து பீப்புளுக்கு இங்கே வரவங்களுக்கு வந்து என்னென்ன லேட்டஸ்ட் த்ரெட் இருக்குது, எப்படி ஹேண்டில் பண்ணுறாங்க, எப்படி கம்பெனிஸ் அதை பார்த்துக்கிறாங்க, எப்படி என்டர்பிரைசஸ் வந்து இந்த வைரஸ்கிட்ட தப்பிச்சுக்கிறாங்க, இந்த அட்டாக் மூலமாக தப்பிக்கிறாங்க, எப்படி தப்பிக்கிறாங்க, எல்லா டைப் ஆஃப் டெலிபரேஷன் இங்கே ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும் ஆக்சுவலாக இந்த 2 நாளில் ஆக்சுவலாக. இங்கே அதுதான் இதில் மெயின் பர்பஸ். எல்லா டெக்னாலஜி டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுவோம். இப்போ ஆப்வியஸ்லி ஏஐ மிஷின் லேர்னிங் ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டண்டாக இருக்குது. ஸோ அது வச்சு எப்படி என்னென்னலாம் பண்ணுறோம் ஆக்சுவலாக. ஸோ இங்கே வந்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு 2 நாள் உங்களுக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப குயிக்காக ஒரு ஸ்னாப்ஷாட் கிடைக்கும். என்ன எதை நோக்கி நம்ம போயிட்டு இருக்கோம், நம்ம எதில் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணோம், அதுவும் வந்து ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ஆக்சுவலாக. லைவாக கிடைக்கும். நம்ம இன்டர்நெட்டில் நியூஸாக படிக்கிறத விட இங்கே வரும்போது அந்த ரிசர்ச்சர்ஸை ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்ணுவாங்க, பேசுவாங்க, அவங்ககிட்ட நம்ம லோட் கேட்கலாம் ஆக்சுவலாக, இன்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணலாம். அது ஒரு சிறப்பம்சம் ஆக்சுவலாக இது மாதிரி ஒரு கான்ஃபரன்ஸில். அது நம்ம இந்த வாட்டி சென்னையில் நடக்கிறது வந்து ரொம்ப எல்லாருக்குமே நம்ம பெருமையாக இருக்கும் ஆக்சுவலாக. இது வந்து எவ்ரி இயர் வந்து ஒவ்வொரு நாட்டில் நடக்கும் ஆக்சுவலாக. இந்த வாட்டி வந்து நான் போர்டு கிட்ட சொல்லி இதில் பண்ணலாம்னு சொல்லிட்டு சென்னையில் கொண்டு வந்து இன்னைக்கு இந்த சைபர் செக்யூரிட்டியில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கவர்மெண்டோட பங்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ஆகுது. ஏன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா சென்ட்ரல் கவர்மெண்ட்டாக இருக்கட்டும், இல்லை ஸ்டேட் கவர்மெண்ட்டாக இருக்கட்டும், எல்லா கவர்மெண்ட்டும் இன்னைக்கு வந்து டிஜிட்டலைசேஷனை வந்து ரொம்ப ஃபாஸ்ட்டாக பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க. நம்ம லேட்டாக வந்தாலும் லேட்டஸ்ட்டாக வந்துடுற மாதிரி டக்கு ஒரு பிளாட்ஃபார்மாக இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு வராங்க. ஒரு ஆர்டினரி மக்களுக்கு பிடிக்குதோ இல்லையோ, இப்போ ஆதார் கார்டு வந்துடுச்சு ஆக்சுவலாக, அதுக்கு ஒரு ஆப் வந்துடுச்சு, டிஜிட்டல் லாக்கர்னு வந்துருக்கு. தமிழ்நாடு கவர்மெண்ட்டே நிறைய போர்ட்டல் எல்லாமே வெப்சைட் ஆகிட்டாங்க. ஸோ அப்போ ஒரு காமன் பர்சன் வந்து டெக்னாலஜி யூஸ் பண்ணி தான் ஆகணும்னு ஆயிடுச்சு. அப்படி ஒரு காமன் பர்சன் வந்து டெக்னாலஜி யூஸ் பண்ணணும்னு சொல்ல வரும்போது அந்த காமன் பர்சனுக்கு செக்யூரிட்டி தெரியும்னு நினைக்கிறது தப்பு. ஏன்னா ஒரு ஆர்டினரி பர்சன் வந்து செக்யூரிட்டி தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை. அது நீங்கள் தான் பார்த்துக்கணும் ஆக்சுவலாக. சரிங்களா? ஸோ கவர்மெண்ட்டோட பங்கு இதில் என்ன நான் நினைக்கிறேன்னா, ஆக்சுவலாக செக்யூரிட்டி கவர்மெண்ட் பிளான் பண்ணுவோம். காமன் சிட்டிசனுக்கு எப்படி தருது, எஜுகேஷனோட நிப்பாட்ட முடியாது. பார்த்துருங்க, ஜாக்கிரதையாக இருங்கன்னு மட்டும் சொல்லக்கூடாது. எப்படி ஒரு போலீஸ் ஸ்டேஷனில் நிறுவி ஒரு போலீஸ் ஸ்டேஷன் இருக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டு மக்கள் பாதுகாப்பாக உணர்றாங்களோ, கவர்மெண்ட் என்ன பார்த்துக்குதுன்னு நினைக்கிறாங்களோ, சைபர் செக்யூரிட்டியும் கவர்மெண்ட் வந்து அது மாதிரி ஒரு அப்ரோச் எடுக்க ஆரம்பிக்கலாம் ஆக்சுவலாக. மக்களுக்கு என்ன டூல்ஸ் தரணும், என்ன தரணும் ஆக்சுவலாக சொல்லித்தரா மட்டும் போதாது. ஏன்னா கற்றுக்கிட்டு என் வேலை இல்லை. சரிங்களா? எனக்கு தேவை டெக்னாலஜி, நீ யூஸ் பண்ண சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு வழி இல்லை. இப்போ எனக்கு உன்னை நான் போய் பேங்க்கில் போய் கேஷ் எடுத்து இப்போ நீ போய் ஏடிஎம் எடுங்கிற, இல்லை ஒரு நம்பர் கூப்பிடுங்கிற, ஏதோ டெக்னாலஜி தரும் ஆக்சுவலாக. ஸோ பாதுகாப்பு தர வேண்டியதும் கவர்மெண்ட்டோட பொறுப்பு தான் ஆக்சுவலாக.
இப்போ பேங்கிங்கில் இருக்கிற அந்த செக்யூரிட்டி இதெல்லாம் வந்து எந்த அளவுக்கு வந்து ஸ்ட்ராங்காக இருக்குது, இல்லை அப்டேட் பண்ணுற மாதிரி இருக்குது?
இல்லைங்க, அதாவது இந்த செக்யூரிட்டியில் வந்து நம்ம ஸ்ட்ராங்காக இருக்கா இல்லையா, இன்னைக்கு ஸ்ட்ராங்காக இருக்கும். புரியுதுங்களா? நாளைக்கு இருக்குமா இல்லையாங்கிறதா கேள்வி. ஏன்னா இது வந்து ஒரு 2 திருப்பி சொன்ன மாதிரி தான் ஆக்சுவலாக. 2 ஹியூமன் பீங் சண்டை போடுறோம் இல்லைங்களா? நீங்களும் புத்திசாலி, நானும் புத்திசாலி. நான் கொஞ்சம் கற்றுக்கினா நீங்கள் கொஞ்சம் கற்றுக்குறீங்க. ஸோ இன்னைக்கு ஸ்ட்ராங்காக இருக்கலாம், நாளைக்கு ஒரு புதுசு தப்பு ஒரு அட்வான்ஸ் ஆகலாம். போலீஸ் ஸ்டேஷன் இருக்குது, பட் காலங்காலமாக போலீஸ் ஸ்டேஷன் இருக்குது, மிலிட்ரி இருக்குது. பட் அதனால நம்ம வந்து குற்றங்களே நடக்கலன்னு சொல்ல முடியல இல்லைங்களா. புது புது மெத்தட் கண்டுபிடிக்கிறாங்க. ஸோ அது மாதிரி இந்த சைபர் செக்யூரிட்டியில் வந்து பேங்கிங்காக இருக்கட்டும், எங்கே இருந்தாலும் கண்டினியூஸாக இவால்வ் பண்ணிகிட்டே இருக்கணும். என்ன நடக்குதுன்னு தெரிஞ்சு அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி வந்து மாற்றிட்டே இருக்கணும் ப்ரொடெக்ஷன். அதுக்காக தான் இது மாதிரி ஒரு கான்ஃபரன்ஸ்லாம் வந்து ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும்.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Michael Daniel. I am the president and CEO of the Cyber Threat Alliance. We're a U.S.-based nonprofit sharing organization that enables cybersecurity companies to collaborate and share threat intelligence in cyberspace. I'm very happy to be here at the AVAR conference in Chennai. It's very exciting for me. This is my first time in India, so I'm very glad to be here. We have long been sponsors of the AVAR, the Association of Asian Antivirus Researchers. That's very important to us because we are all about enabling collaboration against the adversaries. We very much are about making the digital ecosystem safer for everyone, and companies like K7 and the AVAR organization play a big role in that. K7 has long been a member of the Cyber Threat Alliance and has been a strong supporter of ours for many, many years. And so I'm very happy to be here to support the work of K7 and this AVAR conference.